Thank you for staying with KTN Prime. The swearing in of President Uhuru Kenyatta for his second term in office gave an opportunity for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to meet 10 African leaders in a bid to deepen ties with Africa. As Chris Tyro reports, Netanyahu was the only senior politician from outside Africa to attend the luncheon after the swearing-in ceremony.
Benjamin.
It was the third visit to Africa and the second visit to Kenya within a year and a half for the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. And although it still remains unclear why he did not attend the swearing-in of President Uhuru Kenyatta,
Coming president.
his presence in the country also offered an opportunity to meet the 9 heads of state from Africa at State House, Nairobi, after the swearing-in. With an intention of deepening ties with Africa, the heads of state also deliberated on possibilities of opening a new Israeli embassy in an African country. Diplomatic missions from 4 African countries have so far been opened in Israel in the past 2 years. The Prime Minister, who spent less than 12 hours in the country, later left the country after brief talks with his representatives in Kenya. Meanwhile, the diplomatic standoff between Kenya and the neighboring country Tanzania widened after Tanzanian President John Pombe Magufuli skipped the swearing-in ceremony and sent his vice president. The differences between Kenya and Tanzania intensified after President Uhuru Kenyatta supported opposition leader Edward Lowassa in 2015, only for Magufuli to take over from Jakaya Kikwete. Since then, the relationship between the two leaders has not been too rosy. Only last month, the Tanzanian authorities burnt to death 6,400 chickens from Kenya on suspicion they could spread bird flu, and later banned the grazing of cattle by Kenyan herders, maintaining that Tanzania is not a grazing field. The move saw the auctioning of 1,300 heads of cattle belonging to Kenyan herders. However, in his speech, President Kenyatta outlined several ways that East African countries can strengthen their ties.
The freer we are to travel and live with one another, the more integrated and appreciative of our diversity we become. The political balkanization that risks our mutual security, the negative politics of identity, will recede as our brotherhood expands to embrace more Africans.
The government had initially indicated that 13 heads of state would attend the swearing-in ceremony, but 9 heads of state from African countries attended the swearing-in at Kasarani Sports Center.
Kwa niaba ya ndugu zenu Waganda, nimekuja hapa kutoa hongera kwenu. Hongera uchaguzi. Na ushindi. Na kuhifadhi amani.
Greetings and congratulate you for the well-run elections. All the best to you. Thank you.
Even as the dust settles and the president and his deputy gets back to work, one of their main challenges will be to reconcile Kenyans who have been left divided due to the politics that have just ended. Chris Tyro, KTN News from State House, Nairobi.
To some